introduce our speakers. Our first speaker today is Mr. Mangesh, the sales head for infrastructure protection repair at Henkel. With rich experience in sales management, business development, and driving growth across industrial sectors. Mangesh, welcome to the session. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you, Bianca.
Next, we have Mr. Jigar Shah, an industry expert with over 2 decades of experience in coatings, corrosion protection, and asset integrity management. Jigar, welcome, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And rounding out our speaker panel, we have Mr. Andre Arcol, an experienced sales and business development leader specializing in adhesives and specialty coatings. He joins us all the way from Austria. Andre, thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Venk.
So we have a fantastic lineup of subject matter experts with us today. I'll now hand it over to our first speaker, Mangesh, to kick things off. Over to you, Mangesh.
Welcome you all for this masterclass on the solutions for the asset integrity across ports, jets, and the tanks zone. So I will start briefly introducing Henkel and share what we offer, what we do. So Henkel is a global organization with its headquarter in Germany. Henkel operates into two categories, adhesive solutions and the consumer brands. With a long legacy of 150 plus years, Henkel brings sustainability and reliability to its customer with the innovative approach across its brands, be it in industry as well as the consumer market. So within consumer industrial market, we have many brands and segments to deal with. What today we'll be focusing mainly on the solutions for maintenance, repair, and overall for the asset integrity. What we represent here today is a combination of three brands: Critica Infrastructure, Seal for Life, and Loctite, which helps to maintain the assets to prevent the asset from getting affected by the aging effects and ensures that it performs to its desired outcome. What we have a comprehensive portfolio of solutions. Recently, Henkel has acquired Seal for Life and Critica Infrastructure. So what we can offer is an unmatched portfolio that will deal right from upstream, downstream, and midstream solutions across the industry for corrosion protection, for wear prevention, for the civil applications, composite repairs, and reinforcement. Within various industry segments, Henkel has, as I mentioned, brands in various solutions in Loctite, the Critica Infrastructure, as well as Seal for Life, and we cater multiple industries, multiple segments for its up and ensure that it performs to its maximum capacity. So why this topic today is we wanted to showcase the solutions which we can offer to the aging infrastructure. India has a widespread coastline which has jetties, ports, and across it the tank network, because of the tank storage capacity is growing and it is also aging each passing day. So we wanted to showcase our solutions through this webinar, through this session. We encourage you to make it as interactive as possible, and we welcome all your questions and queries. And also we have a feedback form at the end. So we request you to feed that form and then help us to engage further. So we can have our first poll here before we go to Jigar.
Let me quickly go to the next chapter of the webinar. We reshare the slide. It's not moving. So now we are going to talk about more on the right. So how the corrosion protection solution, composite repair, and thermal insulation coating really helps to increase the life of the asset on altogether ports and jets. So we'll see on the corrosion protection part first, and we can see that corrosion protection is kind of creating a big economical impact on India GDP. So altogether, the reports and studies says that corrosion cost around 3 to 5% of the GDP annually in India, right? So it's a big numbers, and altogether, how we can protect the assets and no for the longer run and make it durable, that is a challenge. So you can see when it comes to always we talk about the carbon steel, and carbon steel, considering all the coastal line, the big coastal line of the India, um, you can see having a big corrosion rate, right? So it's around 0.1 mm to 1 mm per year. It's a big corrosion rate for the carbon steel, and no doubt there are many corrosion protection solutions available in the market not to stop the corrosion. However, considering the various uh, uh, effects, right? So let us say there are different phenomena. Let us say that the presence of the chloride salts onto the surface, onto the atmosphere, and then the high humidity nearby the coastal line. We can say that different temperature zones, and so these are all no all together working together and act together, accelerate the corrosion altogether. Yeah, so this is how the corrosion creates impact on the Indian economy. Now, when it comes to the solution part, we are going to talk about the StopEC here. StopEC, we call it Stop Aqua, and this is a kind of elastic kind of solution that really help to no provide the permanent or long-term corrosion protection with self-healing kind of solution. Yeah. So. What are the properties of this topic, right? So when it comes to the property, basically this is topic altogether is a polyisobutene based coating technology. Yeah. What exactly it does, it creates an impervious layer. So basically the water, oxygen, MIC, anything is there, it will not penetrate to the PIB, and it can create a kind of barrier effect. Continuously to stop the corrosion, right? So this is how the PIB based the stopback that really works here. Another important parameter I would say is the bonding, the adhesion onto the surface, onto the unprepared or low prepared surface, right? So the minimum requirement of the stop pack is surface preparation is ST2, right? So that is all the minimum requirement. And here what we do is we are going to run a demonstration here, and I'm having a panel. You can see the rusted panel, and so this is the rusted panel, right? That is what I'm carrying. So what we do is we are going to use a kind of ST2 solution here, ST2 surface preparation here. Let me use the wire brush and also the emery paper. The idea is the minimum surface preparation is requirement for the stopback. So if we consider the other corrosion protection solution, the liquid one, we can say the ideal condition is the blast cleaning, whether it is SA2.5 or SA3. But with stopback, we can go ahead with the minimum surface preparation part. Yeah. Okay. So let me uh, use the wire brush here on the portrait surface, and then I'll use the emery paper. Okay. Can you give me the emery? Okay. But we need to make sure that there are no loose rust or loose particle or dust uh, onto the surface before we apply the stoppex. So now you can see the condition of the plate. Okay, now what we do, uh, we can use the stoppex CZH tape. So stoppex basically comes into the tape form. So here you can see on my hand, this is the various kind of tapes are available considering the application requirement, and this simply that we just need to remove the layer. Okay, and then we just need to apply onto the rusted or corroded surface. Yeah. So what will happen? So being a viscoelastic material, it has very good cold flow property. So what exactly the topic do is it will go into the pores and at molecular level at the surface, and then it will create a bond. Yeah, and that the bond is excellent bonding onto the rusted surface. Apart from that, it creates a no kind of I would say a, uh, I would say it's kind of barrier level, barrier, so that no moisture, water cannot penetrate, and it can provide the adhesion. And this is how this can, as a system, can provide the long term, or we can say the permanent corrosion protection. Normally we used to say it's more than 25 years. Yeah. Coming to the full value chain of this topic here, apart from no providing the long-term corrosion protection, or we can say the permanent corrosion protection, safety is the big right in industry. So here you can see the topic is non-dangerous good. It is non-toxic, easy to handle, easy to transport, and also being a non-crystalline, or we can say non-cross-linking amorphous, fully amorphous material, it can provide the longer shelf life as well. Coming to the pre-preparation part, so before applying to any asset, so let us say the pipeline or tanks, the minimum requirement of the certain ST2 with the solvent cleaning and remove the loose rust and the dust from there, and then as it is mentioned that substrate agnostic, that means it can apply the dry surface as well as on the wet surface, condensing line, so there is a much versatility with the application when we talk about the stopper. Yeah. When it comes to the installation part, so always there is a challenge when we talk about the liquid coatings during the installation. So we need many the tools and tackles that is required, whether it's for blasting machine, air compressor, and whatnot, right? But to apply the stop back, okay, we just need a minimum tools, okay, right? Let us say the scissor or cutter or a kind of little bit one or two different tools that we need, and then it's very easy to wrap it. So normally what we do, we'll come to your place and we'll train your team as well, and our skill no applicator that also apply the topic solution at your end as well. And when it comes to the topic, there are various solution available. So whether it is flanges, uh, valves, different kind of pipeline geometries and T-joint, Stopac is having a different kind of material like it's a putty or it's kind of feelers that can use, okay, to apply on the different kind of geometries as well. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the waste reduction, so sustainability is important nowadays for everyone. And when it comes to the liquid coating or other coating, we can really see that there is a lots of wastage, right? But with the stop hack, that comes in the tape form, and then it's very easy to apply, and then we'll have a very, very minimum wastage. This is how we can support the sustainability as well. Now, when it comes to the application part, or where what are the challenges that we can foresee when use the stop hack? So here you can see on the operational readiness, it's a live repair. So we not required to take the shutdown to protect the corrosion with the stop pack, right? So we can do the online repair or online application with the stop pack. No curing window, that is the biggest advantage, I would say, because compared to other coatings, we need to wait either 3 hours or 6 hours or overnight. But with stop pack, after application, immediately we can put into the service, right? So these are some of the benefit, or I would say a full value chain of stop pack, where apart from long-term or permanent corrosion protection, it can also helps in terms of sustainability, and it is very, very safe to use. Coming to the application part here, there are key application areas when it comes to the topic. So wherever we see the corrosion, whether it is structures, pipeline, tanks, we can use this topic. So there are different solutions available for the dry surface, for the wet surface. So here you can see in the picture, there are pipelines or pipe under supports or um, under insulation, fill joints, walls. So different area we can apply the stop back, where we can find the challenges on the corrosion, right? So now going forward, we can see how this topic can be applied on the splash zone area, right? So we'll run a small video on the splash zone. Yes. So as you can see that to apply this topic, we do not need the glass cleaning. And now what we do that we run the demonstration on the rusted surface. So now we can see that we applied this particular topic on the rusted surface, and now we see the adhesive works. I'm now just going to pull it, and you can see the adhesive part as well. Yeah. Okay. So lots of force that I need to apply to remove the top part, and then you can really see it's very, very difficult to remove the stop back after the bonding onto the rusted surface, almost covering more than 95% of the area of the surface. Right? This is how the stop back will remain there and provide the continuous long-term corrosion protection. You can see there are different asset owners in India that we have used no this particular stock back application. That is Indian Oil, Reliance, Adani, and many Indian customers. Now coming to the composite system, um, composite repairs, that can provide the proven, reliable, and safe solution to repair and strengthen the damaged pipelines, tanks, different equipments without any replacement, right? So all the composite pipes is a system that what we are providing that is based on the high strength, the fiber reinforcement along with we can say the engineering polymer matrix embedded together create a kind of composite wrap that can not only provide the corrosion protection but also sustain the pressure and provide the chemical compatibility as well. Yeah. So non-metallic pipe repairs, that is what we normally used to recommend to our customers because there are multiple benefits that can be provided with the non-metallic. Since it is not metallic pipe, it cannot corrode, right? So that is the first benefit. Second is it is meeting various international standards, and it can repair and repair the pipes or tanks or pressure vessels and increase the lifespan up to 20 years, and also the reduce the shutdown. So there are multiple benefits with the non-metallic pipe repairs. When it comes to the different solution available with us, so what exactly we do is we'll discuss what are the challenges on the asset, on the pipelines or tanks. We discuss and we take the input from you, and then based on the our software on ISO 24817 and S2, we design overall calculation part. Okay, that calculation part. Then we'll submit to you that particular calculation and output sheet that really tells us that what are the solution is recommended, what are the area to be applied, and what are the repair thickness that to be maintained during the repair, right? So that really helps to come out from the different challenges in the industry. So let us say the wall loss or the thickness loss, or we can say the pinhole or cracks, or exposure to very high chemical area. So these are all challenges that we can target or we can solve with the complete pipe repair system. Coming to the different portfolio available with the Henkel. So considering the CSNRI and now we are having the bigger portfolio on the composite pipe repair. So with the Loctite composite pipe repair, we can address and the repair and strengthening the pipeline and tanks up to 130 degrees centigrade with various chemical exposure. With epoxy composite solution system fiberglass, let us say the acid seal that is developed on the acid environment or acid pipeline or acid tanks to strengthen them. Moisture cure urethane, basically it is designed considering the, let us say, the condensing pipeline or underwater or underwater pipeline or piles, right? To strengthen that also we can apply the moisture cure polyurethane. And there are another system that is we call it the diamond wrap, and that is again based on the epoxy and carbon system where this can work up to 315 degrees centigrade. So a big portfolio to cater the different application and challenges to increase the life of the asset, right? So I would say on the fiber side, well, normally we are working with the carbon fiber, glass fiber, mix of carbon glass and also basalt fiber. And in terms of the engineering polymer matrix, that is being embedded to the fibers, that is epoxy and polyurethane mainly. Yeah. So these are overall system that or solution that we are providing to increase the life of the asset. Now, quickly, what we do, we are having another solution. We call it composite clamp. So here you can see on my hand. So that we call it composite clamp, and that really helpful to, we can say, so if there is an online leakage from water or the hydrocarbons up to 17 bar, we can use the composite clamp that is available from 2 each, 3 each, 4 each, 6 each, and 8 each size, and that can work very fast. And the benefit is on this composite clamp, we can also wrap the composite repair system as well to make it permanent, right? So this is how we can provide the solution. Now, I would request Tejas to perform the composite clamp demo that is live online. Tejas.
Yeah, thanks, Jig. Before moving ahead, can you just please confirm if I'm clearly audible?
Yeah, so
Okay, so I hope now you all can see me. So this is our demonstration setup where we have 4-inch pipe with a composite clamp for the 4-inch pipe. What we will do is we'll pressurize the system. As soon as we pressurize the system, there is a leakage in the pipe. See water coming out of the pipe, and we will arrest the same with the help of CSNR clamp. So for a better look, we will just quickly shift the camera angle. I just request same to the Jigar, and Jigar, please confirm once the camera angle is changed.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So here you can see the water is coming out of the pipe, and now we will arrest the same with the composite clamp. Now you can clearly see the leak is arrested. If you want to see the pressure built up in the bar right now, can you just quickly press the 6? Okay, here you can see the pressure built up in the bar is in between 7 to 8 bar, and yes, with the help of composite clamp, you have arrested the leak. Okay, so now this is about composite clamp. Now we will just have a quick look of the pipe repair and strengthening solutions in the CSNI portfolio. Okay, so this is how the solutions will look. So we have different solutions for different applications. As an example, higher temperature and depending on the requirement. So what you can see here is Loctite 5085 with 7210, then again thermo wrap, diamond wrap, which will again vary as per the requirement. And yes, we can not only apply on the straight pipe, but to elbows and also the T-joints. Yes, with this is about composite clamp and the strengthening and repair solutions with CSNRI. And with this, back to you, Jig. Thank you.
Thank you, Tejas. Let me again share the presentation. There are different satisfied customers in India. We have supplied or provided this solution to many of our customers in India. You can see the names. Also, globally, we are also supplying this solution to support the customer challenges. The next part of it, that is thermal insulation coating, and that thermal insulation coating provides a kind of benefit like energy retention, personal protection, radiant heat reduction, and also managing the insulation as well. Mascot is very much prominent, and the Mascot is providing the solution like more than 35 years in the industry to support the customers, right? So you can see that in industry, if you go and visit any plant or any process industry where the insulation is being used, we can definitely find similar kind of challenges where you are seeing currently, right? So as per and the study and the references, there are 10 to 30% of the area in the industry that is we can find that insulation either it is damaged or is not available, right? So these are the big challenges, because if the insulation is damaged, we can say that the starts, and again it can create a kind of challenge to the customer. And if insulation is not there, again it is consuming more energy to maintain the temperature, right? So a big challenge to the industry now. How Mascot is can provide the solution related to personal protection. So let us say that if the temperature of the surface is exposed to 120 or 130 degrees centigrade, if we apply the 1 mm coat of the Mascot, it can reduce to the safe to touch temperature. So as per 1057, the temperature that is 58.3 degrees centigrade. Beyond the temperature, it is not safe to touch. And below that is safe to touch. So after application of only 1 mm coating, we can really see that is safe to touch, right? So apart from personal protection, we can see the energy retention and CUI. So CUI is the big challenge currently in the industry, and because you can see on the current insulation that is being used, we can say it is mineral wool or glass wool. Can provide very good insulation, but at the same time, if the moisture or water penetrate inside, then it will drastically reduce the thermal insulation property, and also it start the CUI at that point, right? So once the CUI is happening underneath the jacketing or cladding, it is not visible, right? That is again a challenge, right? So visibility, so it's a big challenge if the moisture penetration or water penetration is there, where Mascot can really support. And third application, we call it radiant heat reduction, where if there is a loss, let us say the solvent tank or naphtha tank or any loss is there, vapor loss is there inside the tank because of the high solar loading from outside, we can use the code to maintain the temperature inside and reduce the losses, right? So this is how the Massport can support here. Quickly, I can take you to the Massport Industrial DTI, the properties. This is one component based solution having a air encapsulated particle inside that can really help to provide the thermal insulation property. Also, when it comes to the fire safety, this is class A flame rate and smoke developing rate. So it is also safe to use it. Again, it is eco-friendly like Shopback. Since it's water-based, it does not harm like solvent-based kind of coating. And the important part is if the surface light temperature, let us say the pipeline or tank, okay, the process temperature is around 100, 120 or 150, we do not need to take shutdown. We can directly apply stop back at that high temperature. Yeah. So we'll see a small video how we can apply the Massport DTI. So you can see, I can see that we have just started now talking about the Massport in India, but you can see there are satisfied asset owners globally that we are now supporting our customer in terms of the thermal insulation coating. Yeah. Here I request to raise a poll. I would invite about more on the solution for the storage tanks and the pipelines and concrete repair. What do you want to?
Thank you, Yigar. Appreciate it. I hope everybody is, for what I can see on the chat box and the Q&A, I can see a lot of questions are coming. So please, can you go to the next slide?
Let me share one more time.
Thank you. In the meantime, as I mentioned, I'll try to go very quick with some of our case studies and some information so we can jump directly into answering all of your questions. Very interesting ones I've been seeing. So please keep them coming and we'll be happy to cover all your doubts and questions about our solutions. Perfect. Solutions for giving a more of a deep dive. Thank you, Jigar and Tejas, for the great technical explanation. If we can go to the next slide, we can see.
Is not moving.
So we start with the solutions for the storage tanks. We can go to the next one. As we already mentioned, and also for the introduction, we brought a whole portfolio of solutions together to make sure that we are ready to help you build, repair, protect, and monitor all your industrial assets. Specifically here, we can see that all of our solutions or portfolios of brands have solutions for tanks, especially because a tank is one of the key assets we see across all the industries that face different environments. So if we can go to the next slide, please. Here are only the top 20 applications that we can do in tanks with our different solutions, and it goes all the way from the well joint repair to cracks, holes, and leaks in different parts of the tank roof in the shell, to the tank chimes or the tank base sealing, naturally the cathodic protection, external and internal coatings, and if the tanks are also in the coastal area, we'll give them an additional protection to chlorine environments and splash zone. So let's get a bit more into details with some of our case studies. We start with the first one. As you can see here in the storage tank, we was already mentioning, we come in and we understand the asset, the challenge. In this case, we needed to do a shell repair and re-strengthening. So what was the challenge initially was that water ponding areas of the tank were accelerating pitting and corrosion, leading to pinholes. The tank naturally was exposed to the atmospheric corrosion, and then due to the leaking, accelerated also internal corrosion into the shell. So what we came and did was using our Loctite and CSRI composite repair systems that the team has just explained. We came in, re-strengthened, patched up the tank to extend the service life without needing to do hot repair. And all of our solutions, as we already mentioned, meet the ISO standards and ASME for designing that. Then when it comes to the applications are easy and simple to apply. Can you go to the next slide just to show some more pictures about what we did? So here are some of the actions that we have did. So we have two, left and right. The pontoon internal area. So as you can see, it had a lot of integrity damage and we needed to reinforce it. We came in with our composite repair solution you can see in the bottom left picture, where we came in, re-strengthened the whole area to protect it and extend the service lifetime. Then on the right, you can see the process we followed to reshape and protect the tank roof after it had extreme corrosion and even not only pitting, these were through holes, complete through holes. So as you can see, this is the process that we followed. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to apply the whole tank roof. We can come in and with our solutions do patch repairs as required and as needed, following all the standards and following the safety regulations as these are tanks, right? So it's very important that we adhere to those. Can you go next? Then that was on structural reinforcement, but also before structural reinforcement, if we want to ensure that we are protecting, we also have our whole set of solutions for coatings. In this case, we can see that we had some water cooling tower racer pipelines that had heavy corrosion. We cannot stop, we cannot plan a shutdown to do a pipeline replacement because it's not only it's very costly and efficient, but also the lead times to get these pipes are not fast. So the same case with storage tanks, they suffer from heavy corrosion because of the environment, the coastal areas, or even other chemical fumes that are surrounding. So in this case specifically, we have used different types of solutions. So we have our different products like the SF7225, which is a primer that can go as well into different types of surfaces, in different types of surface preparation, and we can go into details in a minute. Then we have an intermediate coating and multiple different top coats that can be applied on this. What you can see here as well, we came in the area that needed more specific focus. We came in, we repatched, we recoat, and that we extend the whole lifetime of the tank in this application, doing the same with the pictures before of the pipeline. So it doesn't mean that you need to cut and replace. We can come in, we can assess the damage or the challenge that your specific asset has, and then determine what is the best product in our portfolio to fit. Next, please. This is a great example also about our thermal insulation coatings. In this case, in Latin America, we have a naphtha storage tank that was suffering from evaporative losses. This was caused because the atmospheric temperature caused the tanks to raise the internal temperature, and then there were more vapors produced, more material loss, and also in the next phases of the process there were issues because of the changes in the viscosity. So we came in, did the thermal analysis, and we determined that with our Mascote industrial DTI solution, applying 1 millimeter thickness of the tank, we were going to be able to reduce the radiant heat, control the external temperature affecting the internal temperature of the tank, and reducing the vapor losses. That it's very important, not only because of the process and operation itself, but also because of the emissions that this costs. So it has an impact in cost, in efficiency, but also in sustainability. Then a very common and traveling across the regions, we see these more and more often, the base tank where you have the concrete base and the metal shell of the tank. Due to the difference in thermal expansion of the materials, we typically see this creates gaps in between, that these gaps then create spaces for moisture and water to ingress, causing a lot of damage to the bottom plates over time. This is extremely complex. So what we come in and do with our stop-pack solution, we seal both the base, the gap that is created between the tank and the concrete, to avoid future ingress of moisture, future ingress of water. This becomes a barrier protection, as Jigar mentioned, for oxygen, moisture, and this allows us to extend the service lifetime, reduce risks of the bottom plate and annular ring being damaged due to external corrosion, and simplifying also the solution because the surface preparation is quite straightforward for this solution as well. So you see some pictures here of the end product. Next, please. Now we go to the solutions for pipelines and piles. So if we go to the next one, This is a pretty common challenge. Most of you, and I've seen also already some questions in the chat regarding this. Some of the piles that we see, in this case in Italy, we've seen deterioration of the piles over time and on the existing or the starting coating that they suffered. So we came in with our Stopak wrapping band solution, which can be applied on moisture and underwater conditions. So that allows us to be very flexible in terms of the application. We came in, we did 450 piles since 2012, and we are still doing year to year. So what we are not only doing is extending the service lifetime, but also minimum impact on the environment, because we don't need to do surface blasting. We do jet water blasting, and it allows us also to do it live. No shutdown needed, and we can adapt quite drastically with divers, with boats, and different flexible application methods. Next, please. This is another great example of the flexibility of Stopak and in its impact besides the corrosion protection. In this case, we had a coastal area in Scotland, in the UK, right in front of the sea, where we needed to rehabilitate the whole pipes. You can see it in the left picture, even on the back of the already coated lines, there are some lines with corrosion. In this space, given it's a refinery, we were not able to do sandblasting unless we fully encapsulated the whole environment due to the delicate equipment surrounding it. They traditionally use a 3-layer system that needed to be recoated every 5 to 7 years, and that created a repetitive cost and time consuming because of what I already mentioned, full encapsulation, habitats, and everything that needed to be created. So to fight that, we came in with our Stopak wrapping band, and as Jigar already showed in the demo, it can have a very robust resistance to the surface preparation and the surface or the substrate material, sorry. So we came in without doing any habitats. We applied the products without damaging or sandblasting any of the other equipments. We came in, do a full coat of the system and protect it over. It's been over 10 years now of this application, and they are still going. No need to rehabilitate the coating so far. So another very common challenge with pipes is the cups, the corrosion under pipe support. What we tend to see, it's a lot of crevice corrosion in these areas because of the vibrations, the friction caused with the pipe support, but also with the general atmospheric conditions that impact the pipe after the coating is damaged. So what we have here is a combination of our composite repair system. We create a patch, and this has been widely used in India now for some years. It's very straightforward. We create a patch and we can come in, re-strengthen the pipe bottom. So it's applied in situ, online, and it's a cold application. And it brings back to life the pipe supports and the pipes in this specific segment. So very, very strong application that was born in India. So I just want to highlight as well. Then, as we already mentioned, and as you guys have seen in the live demo that just helped us, we have a combination of not only the composite repair solutions, but also the life leak sealing solution that we require to then apply the composite repairs. So as you can see, we can come in, and this was also a local case where we came in. We utilized the composite clamp to arrest the leak on a 22-inch line, and then we re-strengthen to extend the service lifetime of this pipe using our Glass XT product, as you can see on the right picture. So we arrest the leak, then we re-strengthen using our composite material. Personal protection, as also Jigar mentioned before, whenever there's pipes, we typically use traditional insulation for hot surfaces. What we saw with this customer was that their complex geometry and the tight spaces in between the pipes created a rough situation for installing insulation, but also once the insulation was installed, they suffered a lot of corrosion under insulation, CUI, because of the integrity itself of the system. So we proposed our Mascot industrial DTI system that was sprayed and applied across the different pipes you can see, and not only pipes, but also heat exchangers and different types of equipment that was in this section. And we were able to reduce the temperature successfully from 156 degrees Celsius to 68 degrees, which was below the target of 80 that the customer originally had. Next, please. And last but not least, we also want to highlight the concrete rebuilding and repair solutions we have. As you can see here in the next pictures, I'll go very, very fast on this, but we have different types of solutions, as we already mentioned, not only for metal substrates. In this case, you can see some of the pictures of our concrete repair solutions from coastal area repair, as you can see in the right square on the left. You can also see flooring and floor fill chemical resistant coatings for containment areas on the right. So just to close out from my side, I just want to highlight that as we try to be very fast in this conversation, but what we want you to take is we have a broad portfolio of solutions that we are always willing to discuss. So if you have any challenges similar to this that you have seen, or even different to the ones that you have seen today, we will always be happy to have a conversation and try to get the best solution.